Today I am going to show you how to make classic popovers. They only have 5 ingredients. Now popovers are light and fluffy on the inside. They're golden brown on the outside, nice and crispy with a buttery flavor. Popovers do very well when there's no humidity or very low humidity. So when it's nice and cool outside or cold, it's the perfect time to make these. You can use a popover pan. It comes in a rack with 6 of them in there. If you don't have one of these, you can use a muffin tin. Use the standard size. These are deeper, so our popovers will be taller than if you use the muffin tin right here. But either way is fine. You're going to need all-purpose flour, a little bit of salt, butter, milk, and eggs. Now we're bringing our eggs and milk to room temperature, taking the chill off of them. The eggs take about 1 hour just sitting on your countertop. The milk, you can just put it into your measuring container for about 5 or 10 minutes just to take the chill off. All right, we're going to melt butter. You need 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to place it into a microwave-safe bowl. We want to have that done first, that way it can cool down, because you don't want to add your melted hot butter to eggs, or you'll have scrambled eggs, and you don't want that. My butter's a little soft. There we go. About 30 seconds in the microwave if it's soft. If it's not, I would go 45 seconds. Just keep an eye on it. All right, the butter is melted. We're going to set it off to the side and allow it to cool. And let's get our flour ready. That's the only dry ingredient besides the salt that we're going to be working with. Now what you want to do is we're going to put some flour in a bowl here. Woo! Not that much. We're not using that much. And what we're going to do, you're going to take a large measuring spoon and then a large spoon. Just place it in. We're going to measure this. Usually you see me put my measuring spoon into the flour, bring it up, and then scrape it off. Well, we're going to lightly do this. We're going to put the flour into the measuring spoon like that. And then we're going to take the back edge of a knife, scrape it off, and we're going to place it in a bowl and have it ready. This is a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to go in twice. So we need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I'll just put the rest of this flour back into my flour container here. All right, we're going to start with a blender, and we're going to blend all 5 ingredients, and I'm going to show you in what order and how long you should do each ingredient as it goes in. It'll give it the perfect batter. If you do not have a blender, you can certainly use a food processor, or you can use your electric hand mixer and do this in a large mixing bowl. Now, if you do that, you do need to kind of strain your batter into a bowl and get out any little pieces that may not have gotten blended very well with your electric hand mixer, okay? But with the blender, it's going to get it all and have it nice and smooth for us. We're going to take 4 eggs. These are large eggs. We're going to crack them in one at a time into our blender. I just want to make sure that there's no shells going in. Two, 3, and 4. We're going to add in our milk, 1.5 cups. You want to make sure that it's lukewarm milk. We're going to add in salt. If you're using salted butter, you're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you're using no salt butter, then you're going to add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm using regular butter, which has salt in it, so I'm going to go in with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to place the lid on. We're going to blend this for 1 minute. We're going to add our flour and the melted butter. There we go. We're going to place our lid back on. We're going to combine that for 2 minutes. Okay, I took it off the base. We're going to allow this to rest for about 5 minutes. We're going to preheat our oven to 450 degrees. Before you do that, lower your rack down to about one before the lowest level there, because these are going to rise and you want to give them plenty of space to do that so they don't burn on the top or hit the top of your oven. Now, while that's preheating, we're going to go ahead and prepare our pans, whatever you're using, if you're using the popover pans or your muffin tins. I melted a little extra butter here. I'm going to get my pastry brush. Whew. Now, I'm using melted butter to coat mine, give it a nice buttery flavor. You can use nonstick cooking spray and spray all inside of there. You want to get all the way into the ridges down there below. You want these things to pop out. Now, I've got mine sitting on a baking tray here. That way the grease from the pans don't go into your oven. Make sure you get the ridges right here, the edge. And coat all the way down to the bottom. We're almost preheated. What I'm going to do is place this in the oven for 2 minutes, and then as it gets up to temperature, then these will be ready to go. Just 2 minutes while it's preheating. If it's already preheated, 2 minutes. We just want to get these nice and hot. All right, we can see that they're sizzling, which is what we want. Leave your oven on to the 450. We're going to take our mixture here, which rested for about 5 minutes. Take a scoop. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. Now we're going to fill each one. You want to come up very close to the edge there. All right, I'm going to take it, fill the rest of them up. Here we go. Come over here. Not quite to the top. Place them back in the oven for 18 minutes. Now, when you do that, do not open the door anymore until the 18 minutes are over. If you open up the door, they could deflate on you. Once the timer goes off, we're going to lower the temperature of the oven down to 350 degrees. Continue baking them for 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them. If they're getting too dark, you can put some foil over the top. All right, make sure you have not opened your oven yet, okay? My oven light went out. I had a flashlight and I'm looking at them through the flashlight. All right, I'll be back. Look at these. 28 minutes, and I did not open the oven door. Take a paring knife, and you're just going to stab right in the center, and that'll deplete the air from inside of it. I'm going to pop these out. Grab a spoon, go up underneath of it, pull them out. Look at that. Look at the size of that. Look at the tops of them. They smell so delicious. It was driving my husband crazy. Let's cut into it. I got a serrated bread knife. Oh, look at that. Yes. It's steaming hot right now. We're going to let this cool down a little bit. I'm going to put some butter and jam on it. Give it a try for you. Nice and crispy on the outside, buttery. That's the flavor you get from it. Nice and Oh, that texture on the inside is nice and fluffy. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's got an eggy consistency to it. It's very delicious. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on this one. See y'all on the next episode. Bye.